this might be the last video I upload on this channel in the next couple of months. This might even be the last video I ever upload on this channel again. So yeah, we'll just have to see. That's what we're going to talk about today. So I guess I'll do this intro one last time. Hey guys, my name's Owen. I'm a degree apprentice and I help people get degree apprenticeships in the engineering, technology and finance industries. Here are some of the people I've helped. Haven't actually updated this, to be fair. This is a bunch of people I helped in 2024. I could probably update this for 2025 if I wanted to. But in today's video, honestly, there's going to be no value in this video. Like, if you're on my channel because you've seen me help people get degree apprenticeships and you've got like an interview or an assessment center coming up, like, don't watch this video. There's going to be no value in it. Go to my channel. I don't know, just search Apprenticeship Insider, interview Apprenticeship Insider, like star questions, whatever, and just go and do that here because there's no value in this video. This video is more for, I don't know, just one for the boys, people who've been watching me for a year, couple of months, however long. Maybe comment down below when you first started watching me, how you found my channel and that sort of thing. It's going to be waffle, to be honest. I'm just going to be yapping. So yeah, I'm going to talk about what I've been doing the past 18 months and then talk about sort of what the future and where I'm sort of planning to head everything. So essentially, all sort of started like January 2023 when some stuff happened in my life and I ended up getting on self-improvement. I came across this guy called Hamza and I started watching him. Yeah, so I basically got on self-improvement and since then I've met him in person. We met in London. I've also been on calls with him and all this sort of thing. Okay, and that was where this all sort of started, from me getting on self-improvement in like January 23. So a lot of you might have heard what self-improvement is, and I was sort of trying to figure out like what to do with my life, sort of what, because I could just like get on a degree apprenticeship. At this point I knew I was going to do a degree apprenticeship. I'd got 8 offers, but like, what am I going to do? Am I just going to do my degree apprenticeship, get back home at like 4:30 p.m, sit and watch Netflix until like 11 p.m, then go to sleep, then go to work, then come back, then watch Netflix, and then just do nothing useful in my life? So I was thinking, well, what do I want to do that's useful that I could help people with? And the idea came for degree apprenticeships because I myself had got 8 offers. So I thought, you know what? Can I help some other people? There's not really many people doing it on degree apprenticeships. The only people who are doing it on degree apprenticeships are doing it on TikTok, and they'll film a 15-second video which says top 5 tips to get a degree apprenticeship. Number 1, like, message them on LinkedIn. Number 2, be confident. Number 3, spell check your CV. Number 4, I don't know. It's just like random things that don't help anyone. So I sort of thought, okay, how can I add value here? I can add value through making full-length YouTube videos that are actually going to help people because they're going to be like really in detail and loads of value. And that was basically my plan from the start. And I hope, hopefully I've achieved that, which is just actually providing value. So in September 2023, which is when I started my degree apprenticeship, I also started uploading to YouTube. Back in the day when I had some hair, now it's the buzz cut is back on. And yeah, I started uploading these videos. Honestly, these videos are so, like, they were so awkward when I was making them. I had to cut so many things. It's like I'd record for like 30 minutes and I'd get a 10-minute video because I had to retake so many things. I was so awkward speaking. But I just sort of jumped out the deep end. When I was watching Hamza in one of the videos I was watching, he said, he like paused the video. He was like, right, you who's watching this video, you have to upload your first YouTube video within the next 24 hours. Like, he gave an action step. And that was what this video was here. Within 24 hours, I had that video uploaded right there. And just for anyone who's considering like doing something, starting something like a YouTube or a social media, don't keep putting it off. Don't say, oh, I'll do it here, I'll do it here, I'll do it 6 months, I'll do it then, I'll do it in a couple of months. It's like within 24 hours, get something out. Even if it's trash. I honestly, this video is trash. Like, you can go to my channel, go to oldest. This video is trash. I love how this one, I tried to be like professional and like I started off wearing white shirts. And then just after that, I just gave up, and I've just been wearing hoodies ever since. And like this green one's my favorite hoodie, so I just wear this every single time. That's why it's all a bit of a joke. I'm just sitting here in my bedroom wearing a hoodie, and like people actually listen to me. I'm like, bro. I mean, I do know what I'm talking about, but it's like I'm not dressed in the white professional shirt anymore. So yeah, I just started making videos. And what's the next slide? Yeah, so that was basically my first year of doing it, the 2023-2024 application process, and I helped a good number of people get degree apprenticeships starting September 2024. Companies like Amazon, KPMG, GSK, Rolls-Royce, HSBC, JLR, Deutsche Bank. These are some random screenshots. Apparently, I heard from people that were a decent number of JLR. There were a bunch of JLR apprentices who all like knew me and they'd like been watching my videos. Same with Amazon as well. They'd been watching my videos, which is kind of cool that like people had seen my videos, I guess. So that was basically over sort of January to May of 2024, helping people. They were obviously starting in September 2024. And it was around that time in sort of September 2024 where people were now thinking about September 2025. Because I remember it was Goldman Sachs that opened, that must have been like 28th of August 2024 or something. And then you had like EY and Deloitte that opened. So it was basically around that September time, basically the whole channel just sort of like blew up. Like views just massively went up, subscribers massively went up, and all that sort of thing. So that was kind of cool. And then essentially, that's basically the 2025 application process. I sort of launched my one-to-one tutoring in the middle of September, and I've basically had a bunch of students. We'll sort of talk about. I've got some like statistics which you might be interested to see. We basically did that for what's that? September, October, November, December, January, February, March. It's been like 6 months or something. 6 months of that, going pretty hard, doing that. And yeah, so these are basically the results of my one-to-one tutoring. So basically, obviously, I make these YouTube videos. I also have a free community where like it's like kind of like a Discord sort of thing where just people can ask questions and like that sort of thing. But then I have a set of students who I like do one-to-one tutoring with. So for example, I've got like videos which like explain stuff in loads of detail, which I like give to them so they can go through and just understand, okay, these are different types of questions. This is how you do this. This is how you do this. This is how you do this. We do one-on-one calls. They'll jump on a one-on-one call with me. We'll do mock interviews and all this sort of thing. And I'll sort out that communication, their body language, how they answer the question, just to make sure they're sort of top-notch with their answers. And we'll also do group calls and they can message me whenever they want and all that sort of thing. So that's sort of the one-on-one tutoring. And these are the companies that we've got one-on-one, that my one-on-one tutoring students have got offers from. Amazon, PwC, Goldman Sachs, HSBC, Deloitte, KPMG, Dyson, Airbus, Barclays, Siemens, EY. There are a couple others as well, but those are sort of the main ones that we've managed to get, that's really great. All glory for that goes to Jesus Christ. Nothing to do with me. It's all him. Cool. Statistics about my one-to-one tutoring. Yeah, this is just some like rough statistics that I've got. Maybe a bit later I'll do like an official like press release. Like that's how official I am. I'll do like a press release where I have like, because I have so much data that I've tracked for this whole thing. I can put it all together and do like a press release. Maybe I'll do that at some point. But this is just like pulling together the data, doing some random averages, spend about 5 minutes just pulling this together. These are some statistics about the one-to-one tutoring, just in case anyone's sort of interested. So essentially out of my tutoring students, it's been an 80% offer rate for engaged students. So I've said this to all my tutoring people from the very start. When you come on my tutoring program, it's not a guaranteed offer. Okay, and I make this very, very clear, because it's not just like you join the tutoring program and then you get the offer, because like you need to do the calls with me, you need to watch the courses, you need to watch the videos, you need to attend the group calls, you actually need to be like putting an effort in. So there are unfortunately some people who are sort of on my tutoring program and then they like don't book the calls, they don't attend the calls, they don't watch the courses, they don't like, it is what it is, man. I can't really do anything about it. But out of the actual engaged students who have been attending the calls, doing the group calls and all this sort of thing, the offer rate has been 80%, which, I mean, I think that's pretty decent. So essentially, like out of the students who are actually taking part and they're doing it properly, 80% off rate, which is great. I've been trying to work as hard as I can, and they've been working really hard as well. So yeah, that's pretty decent, I think. Just one in particular I wanted to pull out is we've had really good success with Amazon assessment centers this year. Basically, out of the tutoring students who got into an Amazon assessment center, we had a 75% offer rate from the Amazon assessment centers. The average is actually 25%. Or it definitely was in 2024, because that's what they said. That like Amazon said in a webinar, that out of 4 people in the assessment center, 1 person gets the role. So that's an average of 25%. And my students who had been tutoring with the interviews and the presentations, we managed to get that to a 75% offer rate. So like 3 times more likely again to Amazon with sort of my tutoring sort of thing, which is pretty cool. That's kind of cool. And the final little cool statistic is top student in the program got 5 offers, including Amazon, EY, Goldman Sachs. Doesn't quite beat my 8, I've got that 8, but don't, technically, guys, I always say I have 8 degree apprenticeship offers, but I actually have 9, because I got 8 degree apprenticeship offers level 6, but I also got a 9th one, which was like level 4, and I didn't even realize it was a level 4 until the day of the assessment. Like I wouldn't have applied. It's because my friend sent it to me. It was like, oh yeah, I applied to this. I didn't even look at it. I just applied. I got to the assessment center expecting it was a level 6 thing, and it was a level 4 thing. So like straight away I'm like, wait, what? And it was in a completely different like subject than it was supposed to be in. So that was kind of weird. But yeah, that's the offers I got. But yeah, great to see. I've been sort of working as hard as I can to help with this. My students have been working really well, and again, all glory goes to Jesus for all of these results. Okay, we're going to talk a bit later in the video about how you can register interest for my tutoring services next year. If, like, I don't know, this kind of statistics interest you. Maybe they don't. Fair enough. No guarantee though, because we'll get into some stuff later about sort of next year and like what I'm doing and all this sort of stuff. So that stuff is to be confirmed. I've just pulled up this PowerPoint now. Normally, like when I'm doing one of these videos, I know exactly what the next slides are, but like I've no idea what the next slides are because I've literally just pulled this together just now. It's like 1:45 a.m. This is interesting. So yeah, essentially that's what I've been doing. Basically, super busy. I've just been 100% on this basically from the middle of September to the end of March, more or less the 22nd of March. That included like a monk mode period from like October and November. Kind of got a bit light in December. I didn't do too much, and then absolutely locked in from January to February to March. And then the last couple of weeks I've just chilled out a bit. So yeah, this is sort of what my schedule looks like. Like this, especially in November and really the start of December. I think this might have been the 2nd of December. That's like my average Saturday. Like wake up at 7 a.m. Cool. 45 minutes for tea. Boom. And then it's like I've still got stuff to do and I'm going to bed at like midnight or something. I mean, I'm kind of nostalgic for this period because I remember it was like days like this where I'd have like a call at like 12:30 or something, and then I try and get a haircut because like I don't pay for haircuts anymore because they like I used to have longer hair and they'd cut the hair, but then it would always be trash. Like it would always be really bad. Let me see if I can get a photo real quick. It would always be like so bad, and I'm like, why have I paid you money to go and do that? And then one time I was getting my haircut and then they just raised the price. And at that point I was like, okay, I already don't like the haircut you're giving me. And then you're going to raise the price. I'm like, no, forget it. So since then, basically got out the lockdown clippers. And since then, my mum's just buzz cut my hair. Like just since then, since it's like 1.5 years I've been doing that. It's just stuff like that. Like, what is that? Not a fan. What was I talking about? Yeah, I was having some calls here, and I'd finish the call, and I'd have like a 15-minute period. So I literally go down, like get my haircut, buzz, jump in the shower, like get all the hairs off and stuff, and then literally straight back onto other calls. Kind of nostalgic, but yeah, very busy. And then these like what sort of especially February and March time, and January to be fair, like my evenings have been looking like it's like get home at like 4:15, 4:30 p.m. and just straight on, and then it's maybe I'll go swimming or something, or it's just straight on until like midnight, like 1 a.m. sort of thing. Like you just look at my sleep. My sleep's not been like, oh yeah, you need to get 8 hours of sleep, or you like increase risk of like cancer and diabetes and stuff. And it's just looking at this, it's like, okay, interesting. Yeah. So basically, been going super hard on that, and more or less most of it is all done now. I've got a couple of people who I'm still sort of doing the tutoring with because they still have like one or two more assessment centers, but it's mostly done now. So that's why the last 2 weeks I've just been chilling out, man. Honestly, I've been watching like Harry Potter because this is like when you can tell I'm locked in because like, some of you guys have been watching me for a while. You know, like I love films, like I really watch films. So you can see in December I wasn't doing much because I was just watching hella films. Like I just watched so many films, but then I had to go on like I needed to go on a monk mode because like obviously I had tutoring students who I needed to help. So essentially the last film I watched would have been like the end of December, and I didn't watch a single film until basically like last week, more or less, like 1 or 2 weeks ago. Like 3 months straight without films, which for me is like a miracle, but it's because I was completely locked in. And then I remembered, you know, in like Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 2, if any of you know this, you're a legend. Like literally comment down below if you know what I'm talking about. You know where they're having the fight, Harry and Voldemort, and then they're like, Tom, we're going to finish this how we started together. And then they jump off the building and they start flying. It's like right at the end of Deathly Hallows Part 2. And then like Voldemort has that like weird face thing. I don't know where this has come from. I wanted to watch that scene, right? So I was like, okay, if I want to watch that scene, I might as well watch the whole of like Deathly Hallows Part 8, right? But then I'm like, Deathly Hallows Part 8, Deathly Hallows Part 2. But if I watch that, I might as well watch Part 1. In which case, I might as well watch Half-Blood Prince. In which case, I might as well watch Order of the Phoenix. I might as well watch this. So eventually, because I wanted to watch one scene, I was like, you know what? I might as well just watch the whole series. So I watched Philosopher's Stone, and I was like that was kind of trash. I'll be like, Philosopher's Stone is kind of a trash movie, I'll be honest. So at this point, I was like, you know what? I can't be bothered. So I skipped 2, I skipped 3. So I started watching 4. Then halfway through 4, I kind of regretted it because I was like, oh no, 3 is actually good. But I was like, I'm already at 4 at this point. So then I watched 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I went back to 2, and then I watched 3. So that was my order: 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, then 3. And now I'm reading the books as well. So I finished the Philosopher's Stone. I'm halfway through Chamber of Secrets. And yeah, I'm just chilling out, man, honestly. And I'm also like training like super hard because I've got a swimming competition at the start of May. I'm in really good form, which is surprising to be fair because in these months, like I was, especially in November, especially, I was like, I was like swimming twice a week and that was it. Now I'm swimming 4 times a week and going gym 3 times a week and running twice a week. So I'm exercising what like 9 times a week. Back then I was only doing like 2 times a week just because I didn't have time, which I wouldn't probably wouldn't recommend. Like, exercise is really good for you. Trust me. If you're like getting stressed out of stuff, honestly, just do exercise because exercise just cleans your mind. Honestly, especially intense exercise like running, swimming, something like that. So yeah, what's my next slide? Okay, so that's what I've been doing. So basically 18 months. And that's sort of why I'm getting to the point, which is why I sort of alluded to in this video, which is like, what's sort of the next thing I want to go on basically, because I've been for 18 months doing this. Where we go next? So let's go into the future. A couple of things. So I'm kind of like thinking maybe this kind of purpose is fulfilled because this was sort of the purpose. I covered it in this video here. Anything is possible when you put your mind to it. I talked about how I think it was back in like October 2023. I sort of prayed to God to like tell me my purpose because I don't really know exactly what I'm doing. And then it was like the next day I got like the craziest like revelation like just before I went to sleep, and I had to write it all down and all this sort of stuff, and I basically had all these goals that I wanted to do, and now I'm getting to a point where I kind of feel it's purpose fulfilled because it's like I've done what I wanted to do. I wanted to start a YouTube channel, help a bunch of people. So I've got 250,000 views, which is just like mental. Like again, I literally sit in my bedroom, like my bed is there, and I wear the same hoodie every single video. And we've got that, which is just great. Like I used to watch YouTube, right, and now I have a YouTube. Like it's kind of cool, to be fair. All glory goes to Jesus as usual. And I've helped people get offers. There's this book called Way of the Superior Man, which I would probably say is like mandatory reading material for every like man who's watching. For every that's a weird way of like every male who's watching, which is probably like most of you, right? Who's over the age of 18, I would say like this book, Way of the Superior Man, is like mandatory reading. There's a bit in it which is sort of resonating with me now, and it's talking about, for instance, you may take on a business project, work at it for several years, and then suddenly find yourself totally disinterested. And it's basically just talking about how like you have a purpose and then you do it, but then you sort of move on to the next layer, like you dissolve each layer and move towards the center. You will more and more be living from your deeper purposes. And it almost feels like this purpose for helping people get degree apprenticeships, it's almost sort of fading now because like among the signs of fulfilling or completing a layer of purpose at these, you suddenly have no interest whatsoever in a project or mission that just previously motivated you highly. You feel surprisingly free of any regrets whatsoever for starting the project or for ending it. Even though you may not have the slightest idea of what you're going to do next, you feel clear, unconfused, and especially unburdened. You feel an increase in energy at the prospect of ceasing your involvement with the project. The project almost seems almost silly, like collecting shoelaces or wallpaper in your house with gas station receipts. Sure, you could do it, but why would you want to? If the experience is signed, it's probably time to stop working on the project. That's kind of where I'm at, which is like I'm kind of getting to a point like I've done what I needed to do. I've done what I wanted to do. I'm ready for sort of the next challenge or something. That's because, like I said, I've been doing this for 18 months, right? So it was like I went hard in the application process for like 2024, and then in this summer period I didn't take a break at all. I was still uploading like 2 or 3 videos a week during the World Cup. Like I really enjoy watching the World Cup and the Euros normally, but during the World Cup I only watched 2 halves of a game. I think I watched like half of England's final, the second half, because in the first half I just had videos to film, I didn't have time, and then I only watched like half of England's like quarter final or something because I was just too busy doing videos. So I completely went the full way through that, full way through that, full way through that. It's been 18 months of a lot of work, so I'm sort of at a point where like potentially my purpose has been fulfilled. But again, maybe it's just because I have been doing this, especially like the 3 month block I've been in. Maybe it's because I've been in this 3 month block super hard. So maybe it's a case of give it a couple of months, sort of take the spring, take the summer out, and then maybe I'll come back in like July and August and I'll be ready to sort of smash it out. Because here's the thing, like I can do this. Right, it's like in particular the people I've worked best with. Like I had a school friend last year and a school friend this year, who it's like I just told them exactly what to do, and they got the exact offers they wanted to get. Actually, from Amazon, both of them. Right, it's like I said, like I can just tell you, go do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. They did all that stuff, and they went and get their offers. So I can do it, right? I can do it. but it's like, do I want to continue to do it again? It's something I need to think about over the next couple of months. Like I said, maybe I'll continue, maybe I won't. Okay. But just in case I continue, so this is sort of like I said, I don't know if this is the last video I ever do. I don't know if I take 2 months and then I'm like back in it because maybe I just need a refresher. But it's like, let's just say I want to continue. Okay, because like I said, I can do it. And it's like I'm not like I hope I don't sound like arrogant or bragging at any point in this video. It's just like I know what to do, right? To get into like these degree apprenticeships, I can teach people how to do it. So just talking about one-to-one tutoring in case I do decide to do it next year. So this year I had 28 students total. 25% of those spaces were gone in 24 hours. Okay, the reason I have 28 is because like I literally cannot take on more people. Like 28 this year was like mental. Like you saw my timetable and stuff. The amount of sleep I was getting, absolute mental. 25% of those spaces were gone in 24 hours. That was like by mid-September. 50% of the spaces had gone in 3 weeks. So that was like in mid-October. And it's basically really the last batch of people was like mid-November. And then I think I added one more person in December. And then that was it. So I basically got so many emails, messages, YouTube comments from people sort of December onwards saying, hey, can I join your thing? Can I join your thing? Can I get interviews and all this sort of thing? And it's like, I just don't have the space. I don't have the time. Like the biggest, what is it, superpower I could have over the past couple of months would be like the ability to pause time. Like if I could have 48-hour days, that would be game changing. Like if I could just have like an extra 24 hours to do what I need to do, it'd be game changing. But that's basically what my one-to-one tutoring's been like. So apologies if you've been emailing me, messaging me, commenting me over the past couple of months saying, oh, can I join? Can I join? Can I join? Like some of them I've been able to reply to and say, sorry, it's full. Some of those I just haven't been able to reply to. Essentially, it's been full from like December onwards. So yeah, the point I'm trying to make here is, again, no guarantee because I sort of haven't decided what I'm going to do next year. But if you would be interested in me doing one-to-one tutoring to you to help you get into your degree apprenticeships, obviously at the start of this video I covered the success rate we had, 80% out of the engaged students and all the different offers we got. If you would be interested in my one-to-one tutoring for a September 2026 start, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a Google Forms, which is going to look something like this. You just need to put your name and your email address and all that sort of thing. If you are interested in that, go and fill that in because like I said, if I will do it next year, I probably won't even take on 28. Maybe I'll take on 20. Maybe I'll take on 15. And like the spaces are going to go quick, especially because I've like got more subscribers now or something. So yeah, that's just one for you now. Oh, just a little interlude. I had this tab open. I was going to show you. This was kind of cool. This is why I'm like, I feel like my purpose is fulfilled because like I'm now on ChatGPT. Like I don't know if this is still a thing or this is like a one-time thing, but it's like if you ask it to give you a video, like when I saw this, I was like, this is crazy. Give me the best YouTube video, and then it came up with mine, and I'm like, thank you, ChatGPT. I'll be bank transferring you the money a bit later. That was cool. Okay, let's get back to this. Yeah, so that's what I might do. I might sort of maybe the purpose is fulfilled. Maybe I'm going to continue this. Like I said, I don't know, but just to be on the safe side, if you would be interested in me one-to-one tutoring you to help you get your degree apprenticeships in September 2026, then you can go and click the Google Forms. In the description, I'm going to have a bunch of links actually because there's loads of stuff I'm going to refer to. So I'll just put a bunch of links in for you there. The other thing is I might go down another avenue, and again, this is like to do with like my purpose feeling fulfilled and what it talks about in this book, which is like, especially over the past couple of months, I've just been more and more interested in like Christianity. So I used to be super atheist, just a bit of background. I used to be atheist. Then in like mid 2023, I found out about Christianity and I sort of was born again. I became Christian and it was kind of whatever. But then in January, I went to my university's Christian thing. Then I started going to church. And then it's just the number one thing I've been interested in over the past couple of months. Like it's just, I want to make videos on it. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. So I've actually I made a video. I've been filming a couple of videos on this sort of topic, and this is the first one I've uploaded. I've got like a second channel where I just filmed this video, The Truth About the Christian Message. Honestly, like this is what I'm interested in. Like I could like go and film a bunch of like degree apprenticeship videos, but it's like I'd rather film videos like this about sort of the gospel and Jesus and like how he can save you. Like I have a, do you know what I mean? And this is where I'm trying to like make the decision. Do I go all in on like the tutoring thing again, or do I go all in on it? Like I've got so many resources as well. I can do the tutoring thing. I'm good at it. I've got a bunch of I've got like so many recordings of everything, all the group exercises I've done, interview calls I've done with people. So it's like if I wanted to like keep doing this tutoring thing, I have so much resources. I know what I'm doing. I could do it. But also I am interested in this sort of thing. So maybe I'll go down this route. I don't know. If you want to check out the second channel, and watch this, I would recommend. Because you might not hear this message again about sort of Jesus. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and no one gets to the Father except through him. Okay, he gives you everlasting life. Okay, I could go on forever, like whatever, right? But then there's one other thing as well, which is something called the rapture. Essentially, in the Bible, it's got a bunch of prophecies in. For example, in like 400 BC or something, 400, 500 BC, something like that, it prophesied about Jesus dying on the cross. In 32 AD, Jesus died on the cross. So like the Bible has prophesied things, and it's prophesied things correctly. Okay, there's other prophecies in the Bible which talk about something called the rapture, which essentially is sort of Christians being taken out of the world, and then there's 7 years of tribulation, and then Jesus comes back at the Battle of Armageddon, and then he rules for 1,000 years. Okay, that is supposed to happen approximately 2,000 years after the death of Jesus. Now, Jesus died in 2032 AD. So, 32 AD. Sorry, did I say Jesus died in 2032 AD? No, he didn't. Jesus died in 32 AD. Okay, Jesus is God, by the way. Jesus died in 32 AD. Add on 2000 gets to 2032. There's a 7-year tribulation that takes it to 2025. So there's a potential that this rapture, which is essentially, again, I don't want to spend ages explaining it, so maybe I'll link a couple of videos down below. But essentially, Christians are going to be taken out of the world, and then there's going to be 7 year of like essentially apocalypse, tribulation. There's going to be like death and fires and disease, and the Antichrist is going to rule and persecution, all this sort of thing. So basically, Jesus comes and rescues his followers, Christians. Everyone else can be left on the earth. That could be happening, like I said, in 2025. There's lots of people on YouTube. It's more of an American thing. I don't think people in the UK really talk about this, which is why I've actually I'm mentioning this, because like genuinely, like if you're watching this video, I hope you find out about this. I mean, like it's my duty to tell you about this, because I don't want any of you to go to hell. I genuinely want all of you to sort of be able to go to heaven. It could be happening on April 8th, which like that's today. That's why I need to get this video filmed and out today. That could be today. At sunset time, so it could be about 7 p.m. today. It could happen on 12th of April, 14th of April, 21st of April, 28th of April. It could also not happen. Like we could have the dates wrong. Like might not be in the year 2025. It could be in 2026. It could be 2027. It could be whenever. So it's not 100% chance it's going to be happening, but it's like a lot of people online are sort of looking at things like the stars are doing this. Daniel's 70th week. Israel set between 70 and 80 years between 2018 and 2028. There's a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to go into it. The rapture could be happening, which essentially would like this kind of to people who are like atheists or another religion. This might sound stupid, but it's like essentially it would be Christians would just literally disappear, like literally Avengers: Infinity War. You know, when they're like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Like it would be like that, and they just disappear, and that genuinely could happen. Like yeah, it could happen within the next 24 hours, and I might just suddenly disappear. So like if I disappear from everything, and you never see me again. And at the same time, there's BBC News stories about millions of people across the world disappearing. That's what this is. For example, I heard that, again, this isn't verified. This could just be false. But apparently, a certain airline, is not allowing 2 Christian pilots to fly the same plane. Because if the rapture happens and both Christians get taken up to heaven by Jesus, there's no pilot flying the plane. The cabin door's locked. It's like it's going to go down. So, yeah. I encourage you all to follow Jesus. I'll put some links down below. All glory goes to Jesus. So yeah, that's I just wanted to add that, because like this stuff about I do other stuff, I do one-to-one tutoring, I could be disappearing, and a bunch of other people could be disappearing, and the world could go into an apocalypse in the next like month. It also might not, and like in that case we're just chilling, so whatever. But it could happen. Well, it's not. Yeah, okay. I won't get into it too much, but like I want all of you to be saved. Okay, you might not hear this message again. You might not have time. So basically, Jesus died for our sins. Put your trust in him, and you'll be able to go to heaven. Right, final few things. I'm doing an Amazon gift card giveaway for basically anyone who, if you got an offer in 2025, and I was able to help, whether that was through YouTube videos, community, whatever, mock group exercise. All you need to do is just fill out Google Forms for me, do a quick video testimonial, and basically I'll enter you. There's a £50, there's a £30, there's a £20 Amazon gift card. So if you are interested, I'll put the link in the description to go and fill that out. Final thing I want to leave you with as well, a lot of people have been asking me is sort of videos on how to prepare for starting your degree apprenticeship. So I did 2 videos last year, which I think will be useful. So there's this one here on how to prepare for success in a degree apprenticeship. Super long video. This was like 1:13, where I talk about like office visits, relocating, what you need to buy, and exactly what to do on the first day. Step by step, what to do. I had all the handshake thing, explaining how to properly do a handshake. So you can go watch that video, and then once you watch that video, this is another good one. Some of you might want to watch, which is everything you need to excel in a degree apprenticeship. So like how to essentially do well, because like I'm guessing a lot of you want to succeed, as long as obviously the rapture doesn't happen and we all disappear and we descend into 7-year apocalypse, which genuinely could happen, like genuinely, which is why, guys, come to Christ. He is God, okay, and he died for your sins. So those are 2 videos there if you want to watch them. So yeah, that was a bit of a random video. We went all over the place. Like I said, I don't know whether it'll be my last video, okay, because maybe I take a break and then I continue and we do some more stuff, and like we just do sort of same sort of stuff again. Maybe I go down another avenue where I start focusing on this, and maybe I sort of just leave this channel up because there's a bunch of resources on it. Or maybe this happens in the next month, the rapture, in which case we don't need to worry about degree apprenticeships, because me and sort of other Christians will be in heaven, everyone else will be going through the 7-year tribulation, and then basically the world ends 7 years after that. So come to Christ. Cool. Have a fantastic life, guys. I'm just checking that's everything I wanted to cover. Yeah. If any of you used to watch Doctor Who back in the day, shout out to you. Let's just say I don't watch it, the new Doctor Who, but yeah, old Doctor Who was pretty cool. So yeah, guys, if this is the last time I hear from you, have a fantastic life, and come to Christ. You know, that's like the final message I've got to say. So come to Christ and get yourself saved. Yeah, guys, have a fantastic life. Any comments, put them down below, and I will see you. I'll see you when I see you. I don't know what's going on. I'll just see you when I see you. Take care.